Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
Good
night.
night.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Steve.
It's me, Kass.
It's me and me.
It's me.
I hope you're all doing fantastic because we are doing fantastic.
Yeah.
Today is a fantastic day. We will tell more about it later because we cannot really share any details for now, but there is exciting things coming up. We'll keep you all posted. We're in Salt Lake City, actually.
Yeah, actually, we are about 45 minutes south in Provo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always say Salt Lake City because that's where I fly to, but
Yeah.
you don't live in Salt Lake City. You live in Provo, which is even better.
The best. So we have been really excited to take the fun road to the next level and just kind of work out some of those kinks that we've had over the last year or so, and we're so excited about new projects.
Oh my goodness!
We're working on right now. Our minds are going to explode.
The cool thing is, Kass and Steve, the Fun Road, used to be a team of 4 people.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's expanding to a team of 10 people.
Yep.
And we cannot say who the other people are yet, but soon you will be the first one to know. We can tell you, you are going to freak out. It's fantastic. You know what else is fantastic? This sound.
Now, Steve really showed sacrifice and friendship because I took a cold crisp from the cold crisp fridge.
And mine is not that crisp, and I still say you can have that.
I know. See? You're so nice.
Yeah. So, Kass Martin, I told you today the podcast is going to be a little bit of a surprise, and it's actually a cool surprise because it's kind of something that I learned from one of my best friends, John Giswald. I was in New York yesterday. I mean, my last 4 days have been crazy. I was in 4 different countries working every single day. Friday, Spain. Saturday, Luxembourg. Sunday, Denmark. Monday, New York. Today, Salt Lake City. Crazy. But yesterday, I was with my friend and we did something fantastic. He showed me or let me read the 12 most beautiful questions ever asked.
I love it. I can't wait.
So this is the surprise. And well, it's not really a surprise, but I thought it was so great to do that with him. And it was so powerful. I want to do the same with you, and you do the same with the people at home, with you guys.
I think that our society as a whole is so distracted. And rather than connecting with people, we find ways to distract ourselves. Rather than feeling sad and talking to somebody about it, or feeling excited and talking to somebody about it, we tend to distract ourselves. I notice it with myself. When I'm feeling stressed, my instant thing to do is like, oh, let me play a little fun game on my phone to kind of boost my spirits up a bit.
Yeah.
And these questions are great ways to connect with people. So I love that you're going to do this.
Great, because I say the 12 most beautiful questions ever asked. And I wanted to know every single question because now you want to wait till every single question. But you never heard these questions, so it's brand new for you. So whatever comes on in first, that's what you come up with as an answer. Okay, here we go. Question number 1.
What you should do at home is after each question, and maybe this is something where you can press pause right now. Go find somebody to listen to this podcast with. Download the podcast so you don't lose it. Find someone to listen to the podcast with after each question. Hit pause and have a discussion.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask the question. We have a 2-second pause, and then you will give me the answer.
Perfect.
Good. So everybody at home, you ready? So question number 1. What would you do if you knew you could not fail?
I would book huge events for the Fun Road.
Yeah?
Auditoriums.
Cool.
Stadiums.
Stadiums, yeah.
And just pack the day with cool learning experiences, fun experiences, connecting, getting ourselves out of our comfort zone, because that is when people truly start to soar.
Yeah.
In your comfort zone, you think you're safe, but really you are playing it boring.
Yeah.
And you're really settling.
Yeah.
You're in such a position of not pushing yourself at all.
You know what my answer was?
What?
play the Wimbledon final with Roger Federer
Oh yeah.
and not fail at it
Oh yeah.
and win it. Oh my God.
I would do the Olympic for gymnastics.
Yeah. And all around final and not fail. Just, I mean.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Okay. Good. Question number 2. Who thinks you're beautiful when you wake up in the morning?
You.
Oh, that's such a lie.
No, it's true. I mean,
No.
of course, Brian thinks I'm beautiful at any hour. My kids, I remember when I was a little girl and my mom had a tooth surgery. And her face was so swollen. She's like, I look like a monster. And so she didn't want anyone to see her, but she let me see her. Yeah. And so I sat in her bed with her and we just hung out because she knew that I wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah.
And I see that with my kids, that they don't
judge you.
No.
The
funny story, I went with Bridget to the mall the other day and I went with my friend Chrissy and her daughters. And we met my friend Chelsea there and her daughter. And I was in workout clothes with like a t-shirt because I was painting and doing some home things. And the little girl goes, well, aren't you going to get dressed? You're not going to go out in that. She's just this spicy little 5-year-old. And I said, well, Lila, what's wrong with this outfit? And she's like, oh, no, this doesn't go together. Let's go to your closet. She has the funniest,
5 years.
The funniest little personality. So, she judged me. She don't think I look pretty.
Okay, question number 3.
What was your answer?
My answer was my man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Men don't change so much during the day, though. I mean, you have it way easier.
I have a bad morning face.
But now take your bad morning face and then minus all the little tricks and tips you can do to fix your face.
My morning face is unfixable with makeup.
Because it's swollen.
Oh, so swollen. Right? Very swollen face. Okay, question number 3. So don't forget to pause after each question so you can ask your friends.
Sorry, do you sleep on your stomach?
Yeah.
That's why all the blood goes to your face and your eyes.
No, not the blood. It's not... It's the no. It's water in your body.
Yeah,
that's
blood.
why. Yeah, and it's much better for your wrinkles and stuff like that. Anyway, question number 3. How are you really?
Right now, I am really, really good. I have had weekends off. The past couple months, I had packed weekends and then I took weekends off. And it's been amazing. I've had time to do things at my house, organize my house. So I feel very great right now.
Yeah.
And you, how are you really?
Sensitive subject. I'm good. My life, life goes through ups and downs and ups and downs. And even when it is in a down,
it's still pretty
it's still good.
Yeah.
It's still good. So I cannot complain. Okay. Question number 4. How would you behave if you were the best in the world at what you do?
That's when I would book the stadium. Right? In a TV show. Yeah.
But how would you behave?
Oh.
You're the best in the world at what you do. It's like, we can't really say we can be the best in the world. It's like not in tennis. In tennis, you gather your points and there's a ranking.
Yeah.
But how would you behave if all of a sudden say, oh, there's a ranking. Kass Martin is the best motivational speaker in the world. How would you behave?
I would try and behave exactly the same.
Yeah.
Brian asked me the other day, okay, let's say all of a sudden you had $1 million. Would you still want to live in this house?
Yeah.
I said, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't have that
urge
to get the bigger and better.
To upgrade your life because you realize that that's not where your happiness is. Yeah. And for me, it was actually funny because John asked me that question. He said, how would you behave if you were the best in the world at what you do? I said, I would be exactly who I am today.
Yeah.
I said, of course, because you are the best in the world. So I'm like,
I would love to, something I would love to do is, like, if money weren't an issue, there's certain trips I want to go on. There's certain things
Oh
I want my
yeah.
kids to see, humanitarian
Yeah,
projects I want to
yeah.
be a
Cool.
part of. So those
Yeah.
are things that are on my bucket list. Like, I want to take my kids and go do humanitarian work in different countries, and yeah. So
Very
that, I
cool.
think that would be something I'd put my focus on others probably more. I
Yeah.
think there's a freedom in that when you know you're the best.
Question number 5. Are you finding your dream job or are you creating it? I mean, are you finding your dream job? Are you creating it?
Okay, it's like, are you finding it or creating your dream job? Or are
Yeah,
you feeling stuck? Absolutely finding and creating the dream
both.
job.
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're finding it, you're doing it, you're creating it. That's the
Yeah.
beauty of it because a lot of people say, I want to become a vet. That's my dream job. And once you study and you become it, we literally are creating our own dream job
Yeah.
because there's nothing that said, we want to do this. Okay.
There's no school or
There's
degree
no school.
for it.
Yeah. We have to create it ourselves and the steps towards it, the podcast, this and the fun road trainings and what's coming up next, which we cannot say yet. We're literally creating that. And if you would have asked us 1 year ago, what are the steps to create your dream job? We would have no idea.
Yeah.
We're taking it month by month, but we're moving forward. It's like we're driving in the mist. We're knowing we're on a road. We can't see.
Yeah.
We know where the road is going,
Yeah.
but we can't see what's next or
Yeah.
we can't see it.
Yeah.
But we know where we're going. That's kind of how it feels for me.
I love that. And in that question, I think a lot of personal happiness and joy comes from being creative because it gets your mind to think about solutions. I think part of creation is finding solutions with every problem.
Yeah.
If you were an artist and you were sculpting something, part of that creation is sculpting it, but throughout all of that process, there are so many things that on the surface level go wrong that you have to fix. And I think that is truly where a lot of joy comes from. A lot of happiness and just personal satisfaction comes from that creativity.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
And even if you're stuck in a job, you can be creative in some other facet.
Of course.
And you can do another hobby and you can do another trait on the side.
And this is something where a lot of people struggle with. And this is something that we talk about in our training, The Fun Road, for such a long time. Because we truly believe that a lot of people are stuck in life. And let's say 50% is because of a job. And then maybe 40% can be almost a relationship. And 10% could be other factors. But I see that from the 10 people, 5 people are stuck with a job, 4 with a relationship. You know,
and I think that relationship can be your significant other, but it can also be a relationship in your community, in your family, within your loved ones or your friends. And you're almost being guided without you taking any initiative or any action of you grabbing the steering wheel. Somebody else is sort of guiding you along, and you should give yourself permission to grab the steering wheel and say, this is the direction I want to go.
Yeah.
And have that courage.
Yeah.
I think that in order to gain confidence to get your dream, you have to dial in that courage to stand up for your true self.
Yeah, and the courage doesn't take long.
No.
You only need sometimes to make a decision a couple of seconds.
Say it out loud.
Yeah.
You just say it and it's like, oh.
Say it to somebody that you need to change, or go to your boss and say something, or say, okay, this is enough. I'm going to call this person. And, because you can sit in a roller coaster, it's until the roller coaster closes and clicks
that the fear
that no turning back. Yep. And it's a click of 2 seconds. And life should be full of clicks.
Yep.
That you say, oh, maybe, I don't know, and you're in the waiting line and you get nervous, but you can still back out.
Yeah.
It's the moment when it clicks. And a lot of people are scared, and they are scared to go till they hear that click in their life. So
before we move on to the next question, something, maybe we should actually have this be another
Okay, what's the
topic. I have another one for our next episode.
Perfect.
I have something I think very important for getting yourself to move forward on those clicking moments where you take that initiative.
Sorry, I'm eating candy at the same time.
That was the welcome package. Steve just got to Utah, and I always like to have the room look nice. You know, this time I got a new shower curtain, I did new towels, and got the house cleaned.
I have to say, I never said that. It's nothing. She goes, oh, something sweet. It is actually sweet. I always sleep very good here.
Oh, that's good. You feel at home.
Yeah, because you know when you're in a hotel and it's not because it's not a comfortable bed, because sometimes it's a comfortable bed, but you just cannot get to sleep.
Yeah.
How many nights have I slept here? I never had a bad night.
Oh, I love that.
I always sleep good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
But I left out some little candies.
Oh, Nike. Oh,
yeah. Oh.
No sponsoring.
Well, those were shoes that you ordered.
Yeah, I know. I bought them.
I just played them like, look what I got you.
Okay.
Okay.
If there was a solution to your anxiety, how would it look like? What would be the solution? So you don't have to tell me what is your anxiety, but what is the solution to your anxiety?
That's a
difficult question.
Because I do not identify with anxiety.
Yeah, but I had to think about it, and I had my answer, and my solution looked like a pill.
So, like, tell me your discussion on that. How did that go?
So my anxiety is that I'm getting older too fast. And I was thinking, my God, that's a subject I'm thinking of too much. I'm 44, and I'm like, 44? How did I get here so fast?
Yeah.
Where are my 30s? Where are my 20s? And I've done a lot in my life, a lot. But now I'm starting to feel differences that you're not feeling yet, but I feel it. And the last 4 years, the differences in body-wise, the way you feel, the way you think. Did you just look at my wrinkles?
No, I didn't, but I was thinking about how you've been so consistent on exercise more so than ever. Yeah.
But that's why that's
all part of it.
So how would be the solution be? I'm like, put it in a pill so we stay young. That's my solution, even though. But I'm happy. I'm 44, and I think I'm doing fantastic, and I think I'm looking good, and I'm happy with the way I look.
Yeah.
And a lot of people at 44 panic.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I'm stuck in this. I'm not stuck.
Yeah.
Not stuck with anything. So
I know. So now I wouldn't identify it as an anxiety, but what's the solution to my biggest worry or concern? That's something that I can easily.
Well, don't say it, but say how you can. How could you find a solution to that? And then I will tell you what your anxiety is. I don't know it, but I will try to figure it out by your solution.
Continue on the plan.
Oh, let me see. What's your anxiety?
Are you sure you want that test? I have 2, and I know you know exactly what they are. It's really my only 2 worries. I mean, of course, everybody has worries, but these are the...
Should I guess? But what if it's not true? Then you're going to think I'm...
Oh, great. You think I got a problem?
Yeah. You think I got that problem?
No, tell me.
I think the worry of that your job is not going to be successful and that you carry that on your shoulders to support family, even though Brian is half of doing your work. But if you cannot do that, then Brian loses that work as well. And
well, it was such a culture shift to me and such an identity shift. I was the anti-working mom. Yeah. And every once in a while when things pile up, I'm like, how in the hell did I get here? I chose it. Yeah. I wanted it. I sought after it for it. But something happened, and all of a sudden I had a different... I felt a little fire inside of me, and I grabbed anything to get that fire to become a huge flame and a torch that I would hold on to. And so there are times where I'm like, man, I just want to switch. How about we go back to the day where you were going to be a dentist and I was going to not be I was not going to work. I was going to be a stay-at-home mom. But that is not true to my soul. The truth is, I've always had this need to kind of be creative and be free.
And you passed the worst part.
Yeah.
The worst part is starting to do it and
yeah.
stuff like that.
And
what's
the
other one?
My other one is be present.
That's the solution.
Yeah.
Be present. Is that your anxiety? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, you do. That
you would lose your true self.
Nope.
No,
we're losing grasp of it. No, but in that, I've done a complete shift of who I thought I was going to be. Now I worry about, okay, so now I am a working mom, but what does that mean for my kids? And my solution is always be present.
Okay, yeah.
Go and hang out with my kids. And if I am working, being fully present in my job is going to solve the problem of the pressure of work. And with family, being fully present with my family solves the problem of worrying that I wasn't with them enough.
If you would be or do for your kids 50% of what you do now, you still pass as a very good mom.
Thank you.
Because you focus so much on that
Brian's like, you turned into the grandma who comes for vacation.
Every minute you got free, you spend it on them.
Yeah.
So your anxiety maybe is getting. It's not a bad thing, because you can cross a line where you pamper your kids, but you can still be consistent with your kids and say, no, this is what's happening. You're still being the mom. You're not playing a guilty mom.
No.
And that's a good thing. Because you can say, I feel guilty, I'm always gone. And you don't do that.
No, and I just say, hey, I'm going to be gone. But you better believe that when I'm home, you can feel
Yeah. Okay. When was the last time you did something for the first time?
For the first time in forever. Let's see. For the first time. Oh, we just went on a very, very cool hike. I had a very adventurous weekend last weekend in St. George. First off, we went on the Razor in the sand dunes, and there's a rating of difficulty on sand dune trails for the Razor.
Wow.
And we got led astray, and we were on a 9 out of 10, which was terrifying. I hopped out after a minute. I was like, if you're going to fall down that mountain, you're going to fall down, but I ain't going to be in that car. Screw yourself. And then, so that was an adventure I'd never done before. And then we did a beautiful hike in Canara Falls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there was something that the whole time I was thinking, Steve would have loved this, because you're walking through water, and it was this cold, frigid stream, but this beautiful landscape. And how about you?
I can't remember what I said, actually.
Come up with something new.
When was the last time you did something for the first time? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I cannot remember what I said. And I had to think about it as well. I cannot remember what I said. I can't remember. I'll come up with it later. Don't you worry. Next question. What would Beyonce do? Beyonce?
Beyonce.
What would
Beyonce do?
What is she doing now?
Beyonce? Is that the question?
Yeah.
I imagine Beyonce right now is sitting on the couch, and her kids are hanging out. She's got her foot kicked up on Kanye's lap.
Yeah.
And he's massaging it and stealing kisses when the kids aren't looking.
Yeah, and she's got a pajama on.
Yeah.
A cool pajama, and they're watching TV. And
she's still sexy as can be. And just killing it.
Okay. What if there was a that could...
What would it...
What if there was a that could...
Oh, it would be amazing.
Yeah.
That could...
But you have to fill in the blanks. What if there was a... I knew what I said.
What, a time machine?
Yeah. It's so typical. Everybody would say
So
that.
cliche.
Yeah. But the
But
reason
isn't that
why,
such a...
but I said the reason why was good. That could beat me back the day that my mom killed herself.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a little heavy.
Oh,
Yeah.
what would you do?
Save her.
Yeah. With
But
the
I need to
knowledge
know
that you have to know what you know today.
I need to know what I know today. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a beautiful question.
Sad.
It
But
is.
that's what I would do. I would go back and save her and find the solutions for everybody. Split up my parents. Say there's my dad. There's a wonderful lady, Nadine, his second girlfriend, or he was married to my mom, but he was married to.
Sometimes third time's a charm.
Yeah, and they were fantastic together. Yeah. I would save her and take her out of the life that she's stuck in.
Did your mom go to therapy?
Oh yeah. Oh my God. That's all I know. Every week for 15 years.
Yeah. I recently
But therapy, not therapy the way we see it now.
Yeah, now it's
much better.
Yeah.
At that time, it was a doctor that say, "Here's a pill, take it every night."
Yeah.
That's how they treat.
We've come a long way on therapy and talking to people and coaching and just opening your mind to different schools of thought. I recently had a friend of mine just I could tell she was just going through a funk. And I couldn't tell what was going on, but I just felt like, oh, she is not liking me right now. I just could feel it. Mm-hmm. And the energy of like when she would come in and I had texted her about something and she didn't get back to me. And so I had an option there of either I was just going to be like, hey, fine, screw it. Or I was going to reach out to her and say, hey, I'm not sure what you're going through. If there was anything I did to contribute to it, please let me know. I would love to sort that out. And for what it's worth, I think you're absolutely amazing. I think this, and this, and this of you. Because people can have bad moments and they can go through bad times, but it does not take away the truth or the goodness that they are.
Exactly.
And
or it does not change the deep relationship that you have. It's just a moment at that moment. Yeah.
And I felt like if someone's going through a hard moment, the last thing they need to do is to have someone be like, can you believe they treated me like this? Well, maybe I can't believe it because maybe they need someone to reach out to them. Yeah. And she was describing that she was just going through she was in a dark place and she hadn't been there for a long time. And it just completely was rocking her world. And there's just a rule of thumb for you to be your best, happiest self is to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is like. Yeah. And so I just said, I imagine that must be so hard. Yeah. And I didn't try and fix her. I just validated that must be awful. Yeah. That must feel terrible. And,
we should not judge people by a moment in their life where a life is taking so many years.
Oh, yeah.
And we can see them in 1 minute and judge them for the rest of their life. We should not do that.
Or even people have bad phases.
Yeah, of course.
They have a bad, solid decade.
Of course.
Where they're working through their things. But when you look at a whole lifetime, that decade when you're in it, yes, that can be dark. But really, in the grand scheme of things,
that's
a small moment in time.
And one thing we always say is never treat people for who they are. Treat people for who they ought to be.
Yeah.
So treat people for how beautiful they can be, what they can do, what they're capable of doing.
Yeah.
And not at, you're feeling bad or depressed or sad, mad or bad. That's how I always say it.
Yeah.
Don't treat them like that. Treat them who they could be because that's who they truly are. And we can't judge them on that moment.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Next question. Moving along. So, 3 more questions.
Okay.
Why are you worth knowing?
Ooh. I love to love people.
Aww.
Yeah. I can't say that I like to love deep with people. And so I know that I can't do that with such huge groups. but I love to know people and have them really know me.
Yeah.
And I can be a real good time.
Yeah.
I can be a real party.
I
How
said,
about you?
I think I'm worth knowing because that's something you say, that I bring out the best in people.
Yeah.
And I make people believe in themselves, that they can live up to way bigger
Oh yeah.
capacity, way bigger. A lot of people live their life at 50%.
Yeah.
And even 60% can be a huge difference. So it doesn't have to be 100%, because we never know if we're living at 100%. But so that's what I say.
I love that.
Okay.
Oh, that didn't
Don't
mean
look.
cheating.
11.
I read What Would Bollywood Do?
What or who lights you up?
Oh, there's a lot of different.
What's the first thing? You don't have to think about a good answer. Think about an honest answer. Who lights you up?
I'm going to shift it, and I'm going to go, of course, my people. My main pillars of people in my life, but there is something about walking into my house and seeing those two dogs act like I am the only thing that is in this world that they have been waiting for, that they will ever love. And even if I'm gone for 10 minutes or 1 minute, there's something so beautiful about that show of affection that it just makes me so happy.
Yeah.
And I think that right now I've repaired some things in my life.
Yeah.
And so
you're doing things that, what I see that you're doing is small things that bothered you but are not bad.
Yeah.
But we're stuck there. I'm getting rid of like that clutter, and the kitchen looks, you've done small things, and I walk in the kitchen, I go like, wow, it looks so clean and less cluttered. And I mean, you will never get out of a house of clutter because you have 2 kids and 2 dogs. When I see you do your laundry,
I mean,
your laundry is my full closet. Yeah. That's what you wash in a day or in 2 days. That's what I wear in my whole. So I think it's normal that you have that. But the things that you can change, I'm
taking initiative of, coming up with the fun road. And we have to live by its principles. We cannot preach it without living it. No.
But we do that.
And so we do it.
Yeah.
And because, a huge thing right now that people talk about is imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, I just don't feel like I'm actually what people think, and I feel like I'm being a fake or a phony. And part of that is pushing yourself to grow to the capacity that you need to be in order to be the best version of you.
And you know what the thing is? You don't know what your capacity is.
Yeah.
What can you do? I can do this. And then we dream big. But people who dream more normal think of, okay, promotion at a job.
Yeah.
Or a better relationship.
Yeah.
But once you get there, you dream again.
Yeah.
And you dream again. And then you look back and you say, wow, those 10 small steps made a huge leap, a huge impact.
Yeah.
And we dream big.
Oh, yeah.
We say that's what we're reaching for. And that's really dreaming big. That's going to be our fullest capacity. Well, you never know. But still.
Yeah.
So
ours are a little outrageous, that I don't know if they could get much of a scene.
I want to do a training in Madison Square Garden in New York.
I want to take over the world.
Yeah. Okay, last question here. Let me say what I said, because I said it with John, and it's the same for you.
Okay, tell me.
So John says, what or who lights you up? And I said, you. And he says, yeah, but what? I said, dinner with you.
Yeah.
He said, okay. We were having mashed potato and chicken. And mashed potato and chicken just tastes fantastic when you eat it.
Home.
But when you eat it with somebody with you, if you eat it with people you don't like, it just doesn't taste that good. So the dinner is not what you're eating, it's the company, it's everything. And
and I think how how lucky you are to have a good friend like that.
Yeah.
I mean, where not only the company, but what you do, it just feels good for your soul.
I mean, my best friends, if I look at Katty, Hotfrid, Peter, Isabel, John, I know them all.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Where's that other one?
That's weird.
No, but you're different.
That's
because
right.
you're a leak on your own.
You're my soulmate of a friend. There's nothing that can destroy.
You are more than a best friend.
Yeah.
You're almost like a sister of mine.
Yeah.
That's
you
fantastic.
Can't get rid of.
Yeah. Oh.
That's right.
There we go. But when I look at those 5, I know them all longer than 20 years.
Yeah.
All of them. And the one I know the least long is actually is John.
Yeah.
The others I know for 24, 25 years.
Yeah. But that's where that loving deep
comes
from, because there's something that we can be so busy that you forget to connect with the people who they stir your soul. And that's what those deep connections with your friends are. Okay.
But you know you are my best friend.
Of course, and you're my best friend, and you light me up. I mean, from the moment I picked you up today, it's just been go, laughter, funny. You've been working so hard and getting stuff done, and you truly are a huge blessing in my life because of the impact you are on my life. Moving on.
Already reading the next question.
Sorry, were you talking?
How do you treat people who can do nothing for you?
I try my best to make people smile.
Yeah. But when I heard that, they said, how do you treat people who can do nothing for you? And I said, exactly the same as people who can do a lot for me.
I do think that everybody is doing something for you. There's a learning lesson in every person that you pass.
Yeah.
But trying to make that person who's ringing you up at the grocery store just smile a little bit. I mean, we have so much fun with those girls working the registers today.
Yeah.
Just trying to, there's something that I love that even within strangers, it's not a friendship that we're going to go to dinner after they ring me up for that purchase, but I can try and make their load a little lighter by just trying to make them smile.
Yeah.
That's a very small thing that I feel like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Beautiful questions.
I mean, it's great questions to think about. And I hope at home you found your friend or family that joined you and you can ask the same questions and find out new things about each other, because we forget what it is to sit down, talk, and ask questions and be interested in somebody. And sometimes we lose the talent or the skills to talk to somebody, you know.
Next time you're at dinner, if you're going to be pulling out your phone, I hope it's to look up these questions and to stir up some conversation.
Exactly.
And build those deep connections that you then later look at that friend and be like, oh yeah, you do it for me.
Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to please subscribe for our podcast, rate it,
and download it.
Download it as well.
Download it is such an important thing. It helps us see how we can better serve you guys. Write in your questions. Let us know what you think.
Yeah. And if you're doing this with your friend, we want you to take a picture, a hashtag, my fun road, and then we're looking at that. Or you can send it also, tag us at Kass and Steve, and we'll try to repost it on our Instagram page.
That's right.
So
have an amazing night, day, afternoon, morning, wherever you are
in the world.
That's right.
Big kiss to you all.
Goodbye.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Come on now, get out of here.